Namaham Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namini Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirveshesha Sunyavadi Prachatare Shatari. Donc c'est un verset très élevé du
this
Srimad
is
Bhagavatam.
a verse that is very elevated from Srimad Bhagavatam.
Que seuls les dévots qualifiés pourraient expliquer.
Only qualified devotees can explain it, but in all humility, let us take shelter in Srila Prabhupada and our disciplic succession by praying to them humbly to be merciful towards us. And then we will be able to say certain things about this topic. But certainly by ourselves, we will not be able to explain much. This is why, in all humility, I pray their mercy and also the mercy of the devotees here and those who are listening to us. Kunti is a great devotee of the Supreme Lord. But she was somewhat conscious of the opulences of the Lord. She knows Krishna is no ordinary being. She knows he is God, the Supreme Person. And as the Lord, he assumes different roles by love, because of love for his devotees. So she has this vision of being able to see the role that Krishna accepts. But the important, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, is that when Krishna takes a role, it is not simply just like an actor in a drama. When you make a drama, you play a role, but inside of you, you do not leave the consciousness of who you are. But when Krishna accepts a role, he accepts to leave his consciousness of being the Supreme Being, to become a simple child or a lover. And this is what is completely confusing for Kunti, because she has received the power to perceive this thing in Krishna. It is so extraordinary. Every devotee receives a power. It is her relationship with Krishna. But in Goloka Vrindavan, in Vrindavan, the power to see the greatness of Krishna, it is not possible. It is taken out. This is why the relationship that Krishna has with his devotees in Vrindavan is very sweet, is the sweetest. And there is an episode where Mother Yasoda, she attaches Krishna. We will be obliged to share this pastime. It happened during the month of Kartik. The day, it's the day where Ramachandra comes back to Ayodhya. And this is the day of it's Diwali, the day of lights. Because for welcoming Ram, they illuminated the whole city. So, the principle is that on this day, we illuminate all the different houses to welcome the Lord in our house. And Mother Yasoda was disturbed because her love for her child made her want to look perfect with a good reputation. But you know which reputation Krishna had? He was a thief. He was a trickster. We all loved when we were children we wanted to create problems. There's a specific taste But at the same time, there's a fear because if we are caught, then the adults, they're intelligent because they did the same things when they were young. And the small, the child, he forgets that the adult created problems when he was a child. But what he doesn't understand, the child, is that he will become older one day. He will have a child and he will know what the child will do because he was small also. So the great is able to, the adult is able to catch the kid because he knows what the kid did. It's rare that we are able to escape when we create disturbances. I said, no, I did not do it. Are you sure? Yeah, it's not me. This is why the child, he lies a lot. Why? Because the adult, he knows it was done like that because he did it before. Are you sure you're not lying? Because he himself was lying when he was a child. He said, no, no, no. He said, you'll see. If I know you lied, it will be a tough time for you. But he knows what happens because he did the same thing when he was a child. He lied also to his mother. So Krishna, with his friends, they created a gang of thieves. They are sweet thieves of love because they are great devotees of the Lord. And these devotees, they are absorbed in game and stealing. The mothers stealing yogurt, stealing makan, sweets, different things. It's very nice for a child to do that. And sometimes Krishna, he has this kind of idea to enter into the houses of his mothers. We could ask, why does Krishna do this? Is he a thief? No. The Lord does not have any faults. But he must absolutely satisfy all his devotees. But every mother in Vrindavan loves Krishna more than her own children. And when they prepare different preparations made from milk, she thinks about Krishna. Oh, if Krishna could come and eat this, if Krishna could come, I'm doing this for him. You understand? So when she churns the butter, when she does different things, the mothers, they are absorbed in the thinking about Krishna, about feeding him. So naturally, what does Krishna do? He makes arrangements to steal all these preparations. This is why at a certain age, Krishna spends a lot of time in stealing the pots. And the mothers, they make arrangements to hide the yogurt on the roof. But the children, they make arrangements, they go up and they take out the pots, they give it to one and the other and to different cowherd boys. And as soon as there's a sound, it is ecstasy. Ecstasy of fear, transcendental ecstasy of fear. Oh la la. And Krishna, he has all kinds of stories he can say to his parents when he's caught. Invented stories. He has butter everywhere. He said, no, Mata, I did not eat. But the beauty of Krishna is so exceptional that first, the mothers, they desire for Krishna to come and eat. But at the same time, they cannot stop being angry because this is the parental feeling they have. This is their love, education. And automatically in front of this education, what does Krishna do? Krishna can smile or cry or lie. He said, no, it's not me, it's him, for example. Yes, and the other one said, no, it's not me, it's him. And we can see the mothers, they become completely confused. and completely satisfied in the motherly affection, because it brings great happiness to see Krishna lie, or Krishna cry, or Krishna being fearful. It is it is like a it is like a fountain of beauty. These moments are very privileged because they are given by the Lord for His devotee. So it is a treasure that is given. It's particular. It is an exchange of love that comes just like an ocean. It's very, very profound. And naturally, what happens? Mother Yasoda, she is never a witness of the mystics. Never. Krishna never, he will do this at his own home. So what do the mothers do? They like to share. You know, when something is wonderful and they have a pure heart, you like to share. So what they do? They will all lament to Mother Yasoda, complaint. They will complain. It's the office of complaint, Mother Yashoda's house. And Mother Yasoda, she listens to them with a smile, saying, "But it's not possible. My child is perfect. What are they saying about him?" And it gives her the ecstasy that the mothers received. In this exchange, they give it to Yashoda. It's a sharing. Mother Yashoda is completely in ecstasy. And she calls her Krishna, and Krishna comes. He comes like the supreme, how to say, the one who could do nothing wrong, the supreme perfect child. And there, this is catastrophe, because everyone leaves, kind of, everyone forgets. Because when they see Krishna, they cannot keep their anger, they cannot keep their complaint. They leave. And Mother Yashoda, she thinks, okay, this is because they wanted to see Krishna, or they were not happy on this day, or... But one day, by the arrangements of Yogamaya, she said, she thought to herself, all these complaints every day, this is strange. Isn't it creating problems, creating disturbances? She asked herself this question, and if he's creating these circumstances, these disturbances, like stealing, it must be because maybe my preparations are not good enough. Why? Because it's not me who prepared it. And unconsciously, Mother Yashoda, she knows she has the greatest Vatsalya ras. She has the greatest parental feeling, it is explained. And then, unconsciously, she knows that if she prepares preparations for Krishna, Krishna will stop stealing. Because where will he taste such a preparation? Nowhere else. So she will be able to take out this fault in him. This is love. She will be able to remove this fault in him. But at the same time, it is not possible because Krishna wants to give this love to all his mothers. You understand? So at the same time, there's this idea of Mother Yashoda where she forgets everything all the time, so that the Leelas can continue, so that Krishna can give himself to the other mothers. And on this day, there's this desire for Krishna to stop stealing. So sometimes the both are there. But this is not selfish. It is not egoism, because Yashoda thinks Krishna cannot be a thief. How can there be a fault in my child? He must be the supreme object of my love. So it's not that she doesn't want to chastise Krishna, but she wants to distribute a Krishna to others that is not a thief. So she asked all her maidservants to leave. So she asked for special cows to be milked, because in Vrindavan there are different cows with different colors. White cows, red, green, blue, violet, rose, all kinds of cows with different colors. Some of them are completely white, some are black, some with different spots of colors, different kinds of heads, and subdivisions. So there's a lot of cows. It is even said that some... So amongst all these cows, there's a category of cows that gives a particular kind of milk, because every kind of cow gives a specific milk with a specific taste. It's not like in this world. In our material world, there's one kind of taste. But in the transcendental world, there's all kinds of tastes, because the milk is conscious, the milk is a person. It's love personified of the cows. It's the love personified of the cows. So the milk is also a person. Difficult to understand. So she milked the cows with a very perfumed, fragrant milk. Because in Vrindavan it is explained that the grass also has different fragrances. This is why Krishna, he likes to go to certain areas for his cows to eat grass. Because there are certain places where Krishna moves with his friends. It's like giving a special kind of food to his cows. That's not. This is why he does like a pilgrimage to go in different places. It's not to make sport. No, it's to bring the cows to eat special grass. So Krishna thinks my cows, they should not. It's not like Krishna is thinking my cows should be active, so I have to walk a lot with them. No, it's because the cows like to eat for Krishna, and also in these places there is there is there's game places to play games, to play with his friends. So at the same time, the cows, they eat a special kind of grass, and at the same time there are places to rest, places to play games, places with specific animals, with particular seasons or places. Everything is unique. So it's like changing complete scene. And also when you go to a new place, a specific feeling comes in the heart, and it brings us a particular joy or humor, games, and this or that. And the cows also, they have a particular mood, and everything becomes mixed together. So we come back to the milk, and so Mother Yashoda, she she woke up very early. When we say very early, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. She was sleeping with Krishna. At this age, she sleeps with Krishna is young. It's normal. Who wouldn't want to sleep with Krishna? To sleep with Krishna is the supremely ecstatic experience, because Krishna's body is so soft, it smells so good, and Krishna gives himself to his devotee. So automatically, we understand that Mother Yashoda likes to sleep with Krishna. So she came out of the bed softly, and so, naturally, she desired to wake up very early to make preparations for Krishna. So she could see Krishna, because a mother never let her child stays without being watched. So she asked for a maidservant to come so that she will create the best preparations. She has a lot of maidservants. So she started to churn the butter, to make makan, which is kind of like butter, like foamy butter. So in this place, she put milk she boiled milk also to make other preparations. And Krishna was there alone. And as explained, Mother Yashoda is very beautiful. She has a very dark body color like a lotus. She has a sari with rainbow colors, with multiple colors, and she has a net that keeps her head together with a beautiful flower. And she has large hips, opulent breasts, and she has a certain age. She's of a certain age, and at this age, the women are a bit more, how to say, they're not young ladies, so they have more weight. So at the same time, Yashoda is the personification of beauty. There are these two aspects. There's the aspect of being an aged woman, but at the same time she's supremely beautiful. She is supreme chastity. Yashoda means the one who gives auspiciousness to everyone. She is the source of auspiciousness that infuses auspiciousness everywhere. And so she started to churn the butter by looking at Krishna and thinking about Krishna. And it is explained that in the transcendental world, everything is a person. The rope, the pot, the butter, the earrings, the dress, the flowers, fire, the pot, the milk, all of them participated in this glorification of Krishna. And at this moment, when she started to churn, the sound of the churning was like a mridanga. I don't know exactly the sound, but there was a sound because she was churning with a perfect harmony. And she was completely absorbed in Krishna. The sound was regular in a perfect rhythm. So the sound was just like the sound of a mridanga. And her bracelets were like cymbals. And she started to sing like the glories of Krishna. So it was like a wonderful kirtan. A wonderful atmosphere manifested itself, just like an ocean of nectar. And naturally, the milk, it is explained, the milk, Sanatan Goswami explains this, the milk is a person. He started to heat. Everyone was working for the pleasure of Krishna. Everything was perfect. The small Krishna, God the Supreme Person, who absorbs himself in his leelas and who forgets who is the Supreme Person. Somehow the noise, this music of love of Mother Yasoda caught his attention. And he touches to see if his mother is next to him, and he sees nobody. He sees his mother is not there, so he starts crying because he doesn't see his mother. It is explained that the tears of Krishna is just like the Ganges. He cries, and the kajal runs out of his eyes, and he says, "Mother, she does not take care of me." So Krishna, it is explained, he had difficulty to come out of the bed because he was very small. He only had a small rope around his waist. So he approached his mother, and he was absorbed in the beauty of his mother because she was absorbed in him. She was so absorbed in him, in love for her child, and Krishna wanted her to absorb herself in an external way. It's just like Dhruva Maharaj. When he was meditating on Vishnu, at some point Vishnu appeared externally in his meditation. He went from external meditation to internal meditation. And there, naturally, when Krishna arrived, he took the churning rod. Mystically, Mother Yasoda, she woke up from her meditation and she saw her small child in front of her. When she saw him naturally, she thought, I will give her I will feed her with breast milk. This is the nature of a mother. She feels an increasing of love of milk. But on the spiritual level, it's this increasing of milk is an increasing of love. So she put him on her lap, and she gave her breast, and she gave him milk. Krishna was happy. He was drinking. He did not even have to suck on the milk, because the love of Mother Yasoda was so great that it was just like a river of milk that manifested itself from her love, from her transcendental love. And Krishna was drinking and drinking. And Krishna is unlimited. So he contains all universes, all creation, all the creations. But the love of Mother Yasoda is without any limits. There's a kind of competition about who could receive the most milk and who could give the most milk. And Mother Yasoda could not lose also. It was something mystical. And then the small milk, the milk in the pot was not easy for him. It was hard. It was hard because when we are dealing with the kind of devotees so great like Mother Yashoda in devotion, so naturally, we will feel so small. We will say, oof, my life is useless. Why did Krishna would accept my small service? I should rather die. My life is useless. And so the milk desired to suicide himself. So what did he do? He came out of the pot and he wanted to throw himself in the flames. And mystically, the energy of the Lord is so wonderful. Is that immediately Yashoda was conscious about what was happening. She left her own meditation, her child, immediately to deal with the milk. And Krishna understood what was happening. He thought, oh, mother will leave me for the milk. She left me for the milk. Prabhupada explains, he was just like a little monkey. He was attaching himself to Yashoda. You know, like the monkeys who are on the mothers, they're attached to the mother. They're expert. They can hold themselves in any situation. It's incredible. And Krishna started to take his mother because he knew what would happen. But Mother Yashoda, she had so much love for Krishna. She controlled so much Krishna. It is explained that she took him just like that. All the strength of the Supreme Lord, she took him like that. And she turned herself to the milk and she said, do not worry. Do not worry. I promise you, I'm letting go of my own happiness for you, of my own service for you. I promise you I will engage you in the service of my child. I promise you. And there, she took a few drops of water, she calmed the milk, and the milk came back into the bottom of the pot. He was satisfied. Because when someone of the... Because naturally you're so much satisfied when you receive so much love from Mother Yashoda. When a person like Yashoda give you your protection, you're completely satisfied. Your existence is completely fulfilled. This is why in Vrindavan, nobody is inferior. Because even if there will be someone less advanced in devotion, the ones who have more devotion, they will naturally give you so that everything can be at the same level. And the greatest example is Srimati Radharani. Radharani, never she forgets someone. It's not the time to play with a watch. When there are such beautiful topics, we have to be careful. And so, during that time, when Mother Yasoda was taking care of the milk, and she let Krishna alone, and Krishna was thinking, Mother, she left me for milk. Am I the most important or the milk? And from there, Krishna wanted a revenge. So he wanted to give the opportunity for his mother to express fully her love. So he broke a pot of milk, and he broke a pot of butter, and monkeys came. There were no ordinary monkeys. because Ram promised to the monkeys that he will be with them again. So Krishna took this opportunity to distribute yogurt to the descendants of these monkeys. And he was very happy. He was eating and distributing. And at the same time, he was conscious that he made problems. Mother Yasoda, she thought for a while, oh, where's my child? Where's my child? I don't see him anymore. And so, she found him at this place. She found him in the storage room stealing butter. And then when Krishna saw this, when he saw his mother coming, he had a hiccup because he was so afraid. He had yogurt everywhere, on the hands. It was everywhere. Butter everywhere. And Mother Yasoda said, but it's true. You're a thief. You're a true thief. You're a thief. And Krishna said, no, mother. So she took a stick to chastise him. And what did Krishna do? He started to run because he was afraid. And Mother Yasoda, she was running after him in the whole house. Krishna was small. He was running everywhere. And because Mother Yasoda had more weight on her, it was difficult to run and catch Krishna. She was not able to catch hold of him because nobody can catch Krishna. It's impossible. And at some point, Krishna, he was able to escape. That my mother, she doesn't have any veil on her head. In Vedic society, a woman always have a veil on her head to hide her beauty so that she doesn't attract the man. Although there is no attraction in the spiritual world, it's a law that exists eternally in the spiritual world. And then Krishna thought, if I leave the house, the courtyard should not be able to follow me. So he went into the courtyard. Mother Yasoda stopped. She thought, oh, I cannot break the Vedic etiquette of living without my veil. But at the same time, I must correct him. He's my son. I will catch him. So she left. Anyway, she left into the courtyard. So there was a run in the courtyard, in the garden. This explains that nobody could catch Krishna because she wanted to attach Krishna. And the pastimes of the Lord cannot stop. Every moment, every hour, every minute, there's a programmation of his pastimes. It cannot be stopped. It's impossible. But at some point, she focused on the feet of the Lord. She was running. She focused on his lotus feet. She put them in her heart. She was able to catch the Lord and take hold of him. She already captured him in her heart, but then she captured him physically. And Krishna started to cry and have hiccup, and because he looked at the stick. Oh, please don't hit me, mother. I will not do this anymore. I promise I will not eat this anymore. I will not steal anymore. And because he was so excited because of fear, she saw that the stick was too much for him, so she left the stick. But she thought, I must give him a chastisement. But she was afraid that he will escape. So she found a mortar. And she saw a rope with a mortar. So she started to attach Krishna. It is explained that during this run, all the maidservants of the palace were there to cheer and encourage Mother Yasoda to catch Krishna. And so there was a great rope. But as she tried to attach Krishna, it was 2 fingers short. This kind of rope could have attached 6, 7, 8 Krishnas. But as soon as she will bring more ropes, it will always again. It was 2 fingers short. And in Braj, everything is under the effect of the pastime of the Lord. Nobody can truly understand and control that this ecstasy, it's pure love, you understand? It's not possible, but at the same time, if it happens, it is ecstasy. So everyone was smiling, and they started to bring more ropes to Yashoda. 2 ropes, 3 ropes. And then everyone was smiling. Everyone was hitting his hands. Everyone was chanting. Today you won't be able to attach your kana because he's protected by providence. You see Yashoda? And Yashoda said, no, he's my child. I control him. She took a small rope and it was enough to attach Krishna. So, from there, Krishna was worried because his friends came to him and they thought, how come we'll play? But he said, I cannot, I'm attached. I'm attached. I will detach you. They tried, but they were not able to. Because since they also were made by parental love, from fraternal love, the friendly love cannot work because with their small strength, they could not move. They could not move him, so they told him, we'll play with you. So, but Krishna did not really want to play. So when he saw that in the courtyard there were 2 trees, because Narada Muni, he cursed the sons of Kuvera. Nala Kuvera and Manigriva. And because one day Narada was there, he was flying over, he said, since when Narada Muni saw them bathing in the river, he said, since you're like that, I'll give you a curse. But I give you the blessing that you'll be freed from this by the Supreme Lord when you will see him. And Krishna, by seeing these 2 trees who were next to each other, he was remembering the blessing, the curse. So sometimes the opulences, they come in Krishna and sometimes they leave. It's like a mix. So he cuddled on the floor with the mortar and it got stuck with 2 trees, Arjuna trees, and they fell on the ground. And then 2 demigods came out. So what happened was when Mother Yasoda heard what happened, she heard that 2 trees fell down. She thought Krishna was dead. She was almost ready to die. It's a symptom of ecstasy, when you're almost ready to leave your body. Then the body, she was paralyzed. The body became like stone because she couldn't, due to the ecstasy, she could not move anymore. She thought something happened to Krishna. So naturally, different people came. Nanda Maharaj came. He said, what happened here? Why is my son attached like that? The children said, oh, it's Krishna. He made the 2 trees fell and 2 luminous, brilliant forms came out of that, of those trees. So Nanda Maharaj, he took Krishna on his lap and he said, who did this to you? He said, Ma. He said, she's so cruel. She attached you? So when he saw that she was transformed, like a statue, it did not feel pity. He was angry. He said, from today, I will be the one taking care of our child. And Mother Yasoda was so sad. And Nanda Maharaj was giving sweets to Krishna and Balaram. Krishna and Balaram were very happy. But Rohini Devi, who is Balaram's mother, the wife of Vasudeva, when she saw Mother Yasoda in this state, she felt a great suffering in her heart. So she came to Nanda Maharaj, to the table of Nanda Maharaj, and she said, but Krishna, who will take care of you? And he said, Pita, father. Who will take care of you? Pita. And your mother? And so she said to him like that. She told him, Without you, she cannot live. You want to make her die? That's what you want to do? You want her to die? And there Krishna, he started to cry. Balaram was crying. Nanda Maharaj started to cry. Everyone was crying. It was completely pathetic. And so, Rohini took the hand of Krishna and breathed. And when Mother Yasoda started to smell the fragrance of Krishna, tears started to flow from her eyes. She started to live again. It is explained that in this way, Vatsalya Ras, parental affection, that's how it manifests. These are the pastimes of the Lord. So naturally, when Kunti, she remembered this pastime, she was completely stupefied about what the Lord can generate, which feeling the Lord can generate in the heart of His devotees. So we should remember these sweet pastimes and meditate on them because they are eternal, transcendental. And by meditating on this pastime, we can directly manifest our loving feelings for Krishna. That's why when we chant japa, that's why we can remember the pastime and chant at the same time. It's like looking at the deity and chanting. We can do that because otherwise we'll think about something else. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that the song, the chanting, reveals the form, the attributes, the pastimes. That means this vision will transform itself and become a source of ecstasy. It's very important to progress. Thank you very much.